Crisis Management. Exxon Valdez oil spill. Made by Pavel Kostowski. LV4. The Exxon Valdez oil spill occurred in Prince William Sound, Alaska, on March 24, 1989, when Exxon Valdez, an oil tanker bound for Long Beach, California, struck Prince William Sound's Bligh Reef and spilled 260.000 to 750.000 barrels of crude oil. It is considered to be one of the most devastating human-caused environmental disasters. The Valdez spill was the largest ever in U.S. waters until the 2010 Deepwater Horizon oil spill, in terms of volume released. However, Prince William Sound's remote location, accessible only by helicopter, plane and boat, made government and industry response efforts difficult and severely taxed existing plans for response. The region is habitat for salmon, sea otters, seals and seabirds. Summary. Exxon Shipping Company failed to supervise the master and provide a rested and sufficient crew for Exxon Valdez. The NTSB found this was widespread throughout the industry, prompting a safety recommendation to Exxon and to industry. The third mate failed to properly maneuver the vessel, possible due to fatigue or excessive workload. Exxon Shipping Company failed to properly maintain Raker's radar, which, if functional, would have indicated to the third mate an impending collision with the Bligh Reef by detecting the radar reflector placed on the next rock inland from Bligh Reef for the purpose of keeping boats on course via radar. Identified causes. Identified causes. Identified causes. There was use of a desperant, a surfactant and solvent mixture. A private company applied dispersant on March 24 with helicopter and dispersant bucket. Because there was not enough wave action to mix the dispersant with oil in the water, the use of the dispersant was discontinued. One trial explosion was also conducted during the early stages of the spill to burn the oil, in a region of the spill isolated from the rest by another explosion. The dispersant Corexit 9580 was tried as part of cleanup. Corexit has been found to be toxic to cleanup workers and wildlife while breaking down oil. Mechanical cleanup was started shortly afterwards using booms and skimmers, but these skimmers were not readily available during the first 24 hours following the spill, and thick oil and kelp tended to clog the equipment. Cleanup measures. Environmental impact. Both the long-term and short-term effect of oil spill have been studied. Immediate effect included deaths of, at the best estimates, 100.000 to as many as 250.000 seabirds, at least 2,800 sea otters, approximately 12 river otters, 300 harbor seals, 247 bald eagles and 22 orcas, and an unknown number of salmon and herring. The effects of spill continued to be felt for many years afterwards. Overall reductions in population were seen in various ocean animals, including stunted growth in pink salmon populations. The effect on salmon and other prey populations in turn adversely affected killer whales in Prince William Sound and Alaska's Kenai Fjords region. 11 members, about half of one resident pod, disappeared in the following year. Cleanup measures. Environmental impact. Coast Guard report. A report by the AS National Response Team summarized the event and made a number of recommendations, such as changes to the work patterns of Exxon crew in order to address the causes of the accident. Oil Pollution Act of 1990. In response to the spill, the U.S. Congress passed the Oil Pollution Act. The legislation included a clause that prohibits any vessel that, after March 22, 1989, has caused an oil spill of more than 1 million U.S. gallons 3,800 meters 3 in any marine area, from operating in Prince William Sound. In April 1998, the company argued in a legal action against the federal government that the ship should be allowed back into Alaskan waters. Exxon claimed OPA was effectively a bill of attainder, a regulation that was unfairly directed at Exxon alone. In 2002, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against Exxon. As of 2002, OPA had prevented 18 ships from entering Prince William Sound. Political consequences and reforms. In the case at Baker v. Exxon, an Anchorage jury awarded $287 million for actual damages and $5 billion for punitive damages. The punitive damages amount was equal to a single year's profit by Exxon at that time. To protect itself in case the judgment was affirmed, Exxon obtained a $4.8 billion credit line from J.P. Morgan Co. J.P. Morgan created the first modern credit default swap in 1994, so that Morgans would not have to hold as much money in reserve against the risk of Exxon's default. Meanwhile, Exxon appealed the ruling, and the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ordered the original judge, Russell Holland, to reduce the punitive damages. On December 6, 2002, the judge announced that he had reduced the damages to $4 billion, which he concluded was justified by the facts of the case and was not grossly excessive. Exxon appealed again, and the case returned to court to be considered in light of a recent Supreme Court Litigalon cleanup costs. These guidelines were followed. 1. Ensure that monitoring systems are efficient. 2. Encourage customers to complain. 3. Deal with complaints. 4. Take failures seriously. 5. Listen to customer views. 6. Concede, accept responsibility where necessary and appropriate. 7. Communicate quickly and effectively. 8. Compensate customers fairly. Guidelines. www.gooch.com http://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/exxon_valdez_oil_spill. Sources.